is ours. Now it's time for a landslide. Can we make it? 3 from 3.
New South Wales have won it. The 8-year dynasty has ended.
The Holden State of Origin Game 3, Wednesday 7:30 live on 9.
Welcome back to ANZ Stadium for the commencement of round 17 and familiar opponents, you might say. It almost seems like just yesterday we were ploughing around in the mud at Brookvale, but it was about 3 or 4 weekends ago when Manly defeated Canterbury down there in the mud on the peninsula. This match, probably because of the conditions, is going to be much more attractive, one would think, although Manly that night, you might remember, were quite brilliant, and they were inspired by an early performance by Daly Cherry Evans, even in the mud, and then he suffered further injury to that dodgy knee and had to leave the field, or they took him from the field. So Canterbury in their second strip, Tony Williams in the middle of frame, and we've got him listed as playing at number 7. And believe it or not, I don't think it's the first time he's played number 7. That's in fact if he does. He played for the Sunshine Coast in a grand final, I think, alongside Trent Hodkinson in the grand final of 2009. So I know it sounds crazy, 120 kilos.
Well, what I found intriguing in the warm-up, Ray, and the boys touched on it earlier, was the kicking drills that were being undertaken out there. Tony Williams was putting up spiral bombs from 40 metres out. Mike Lennis was practising kicking out of dummy half. Josh Jackson was rolling the ball in goal, looking to get fresh restarts. And we've got a new goal kicker tonight in Krishnan Inu. He was doing the goal kicking, so it's a potpourri tonight.
So Jeff Tuvey, no smiles, with Dave Penner on their way up to the coaching box. And of course, Manly, the new favourites for the competition. They've been flying under the radar, and they have finally been taken to the top of the table with their performances in recent weeks. They are the leaders of the competition, and they are the favourites with bookmakers to take out this premiership. As I said, when we did their match last, they seem to have almost a permanent reservation in the finals and almost a reservation in the grand final. Jamie Lyon going out ahead of the man that was on fire the last time we broadcast them, Brett Stewart. And that try will live long in the memory of most people, I think, that classical try between Foran and Stewart. So Manly on their way out, this of course being their away game. It's amazing, you know, they've won 14 premierships between them, these two clubs, in the last 35 decided. Yet they've only played against each other in a grand final once, and that was in 1995. I find that rather amazing that these two clubs that have featured so much in grand finals, they haven't played against each other more than once, and that was in 1995. And for the record, Canterbury won that particular match. I saw a sign go up there for Cherry Evans. Well, Daly, of course, is on origin duty. Interest factor surrounding him, of course, surrounds Cooper Cronk as well, doesn't it? There's the understudy, number 7, Jack Littlejohn. He again comes into the side for Daly Cherry Evans. He was born in Wagga, which of course has presented us with many great athletes. And he debuted back in round 8 against Canberra and delivered the side's only 40-20 they've kicked this year. Tonight, it's number 5 appearance for Jack Littlejohn from that Riverina city, the capital of the Riverina, Wagga Wagga. Many great sportsmen from there. As I said, Peter spent a lot of his schooling down there. I think you played with Jack Littlejohn's dad, didn't you?
I did. Second rower and good young player as well. And Jack's done a great job deputising when he's been called up into the top grade in recent times. As the Dogs make their way out.
Tubby Taylor, Mark Taylor, Michael Slater. St. Christopher's Panania, I think, the under-8s have got the job of showing these big fellas where you got to go. We've got to run through here, run through the Bulldog, and there you are, Greg. You're out there safely now.
Yeah, just watch the banner.
He casts a big beam, doesn't he? But Greg Eastwood doing the honours with one of those young ushers. It's a great idea. I'm sure it does junior football the world of good. Just these little things they do. Jonathan Thurston comes to mind. So that's Damien Cook, formerly with St George. I was expecting that he would be doing the job of number 9 tonight. Michael Ennis, as Peter said, he's in the position. Tony Williams will play half. Kristen Inu in the centres. Brett Stewart fullback. Alongside there, Brenton Lawrence. Kristen puts it up on this Telegraph poll for the kick-off to round 17. VB Friday Night Football again on 9 exclusively, and sent down the ground onto the feet there of Kieran Foran, and he sends Starling back to a jolting tackle from Graham and Eastwood and Tolman. And this is Dunamis Louis. And the second tackle for Manly. They return tonight for the first time since their loss in the grand final of last year to ANZ Stadium. Won 6 of the last 8 matches against the Bulldogs. That is Lawrence with the ball now, 35 metres out from his line. Ballon to the short side, and Little John kicks it nicely, but it finds Mitch Brown right on the chest, and Brown in the number 1 shirt at the moment, with no Sam Perrott. Manly now muscling up in defence as Canterbury get their first use of the football. Played on the far side of the ground by Drew Low, and now it's with Krishnan Inu. Some thought there might have been an early release on offer to Inu, but we've gone past the sign-off date now. This is Tolman, just outside the 35-metre point, taken by Ballon and Louis, and now it comes away to Graham. They sweep it back, and Jackson does nicely. Brown floats it out, does he ever? He floats it right out. And Corey Thompson unable to pull it in. Des Hasler barking disappointment. Didn't take Des long to get cranky.
No, and that fringe is giving you a bit of a problem too.
I'd have to think about lopping that, because it's going to obstruct his eyes shortly.
It was interesting though, the first time they string a few passes together, there's no Tony Williams, so he certainly didn't line up in a first receiver or second receiver role there. It was Jackson and the fullback Mitch Brown. I think they'll mix and match here a little bit tonight. I think James Graham will probably play more halfback than anyone.
It's a real potpourri, isn't it? We just have to ad-lib it as it happens and unfolds in front of us. And Jamie Lyon, it's a knock-on against the Dogs. Drury Lowe has come in and forced a knock-on as Lyon obviously tried to unload the ball.
Well, the last time the Bulldogs played without their origin halves, they were pretty ordinary, and they didn't muster much attack whatsoever. With a team like this, you'd be tempted nearly to say to them, all right, everyone just go forward. Just keep making metres, keep going forward. If you can offload it, do it. Run with support, and we'll defend our hearts out and see what happens. Go into the game not really thinking about scoring points, but just about making life really uncomfortable for your opposition. And you know, all great upsets come as a result of great defence. So that's what they should be thinking.
This is Louis with the ball. That incident there with Drury Lowe and Jamie Lyon, that's almost a mandatory knock-on against the defender in that situation that you saw on the slow-mo replay. Here is Josh Starling, tackled right on the halfway line. Ground in lovely condition here at ANZ Stadium tonight. Louis away, 4-0. Out to Little John. Foran at first and Little John at second. Brett Stewart is over on the right side of the ground as they go to the opposite side to Louis, who's had plenty of carries, and the game is only a matter of seconds old. Ballon to Foran, who puts it high into the corner and coming down successfully with it, Corey Thompson. A lot closer to him than that pass that went over the sideline just a couple of minutes ago. Now Laffey is under that defence.
I'll just keep an eye on Aidan Tolman. Ray just signalled to the trainer to come out as Dogs bring it out through Sam Cassiano. Crowd loved that.
And then Ennis away from dummy half, giving Eastwood a roll down towards the halfway. All because of a quick play the ball. Now there's Williams out at first receiver. He puts his boot to the ball. And down it goes to Petahiku, who comes away from the Manly 10 and crosses the 20. So team 1 versus team 3 here tonight.
I hope he really connects with one tonight, Tony Williams. He might kick it out of the stadium.
This is young Gutherson, who's been well, there's movement at the station. Tim Brown is going to come out, so it'll be Tolman. Peter spotted something occurring there, so Tim got the replacement #1 card to go on. So it's being played by Starling then. We'll go back and stay with this football as it goes off the boot of Foran down into the corner. Mitch Brown made to scamper with a little bit of urgency that time. It was a nicely placed kick, and off comes Tolman now.
Well, it's his first game back tonight. He missed 2 matches. In fact, he hasn't played since the last time they played Manly, and he's had a hamstring strain, so we're going to report from the guys down on the sideline as to whether that's flared up again.
Well, you'd have to think that they're going to have to do it with 16 for a man to come off that early. It's obviously pretty tender, and he's heading up the tunnel.
Yeah, he's walking straight off. No going to the bench, no consultation with the doctor or the physio. He's walked off.
Tim Brown had a run then, and Michael Ennis jumps out from dummy half, and he's basically going to try and control it from dummy half, I fancy. Brett Stewart is with the ball out 15 metres from his try line. Joey, what's that story there on Aidan Tolman?
Yeah, I understand he's re-injured that hamstring. The great indicator for those soft tissue injuries, if he goes in and gets any ice on it, that'll be him for the night. So I'm sure he's getting checked out by the doctors and the physios, but if he comes out and there's ice on it, it'll be him gone for the night.
Hiku got injured in that tackle. He might have a burner or whatever they call it, but it's a shoulder for Hiku. He's not well. He's now gone and sunk down to the haunches. So Manly have got their problem now with one of their stars. The ball is booted down. Lovely take, Mitch Brown. Diving away out there with long on.
Well, if you think, Rabbits, we're at round 17 tonight in the Telstra Premiership. I can guarantee you 90% of the players taking the field are injured. They've all got some little niggle and bump and bruise, and if you don't play injured, you don't play. It's as simple as that.
Cassiano then taking it up towards the halfway line. Hands on the ball. Referee telling him to take his hands away. I don't know why they do that. I guess it keeps the penalty count down, and they're probably happier when it's down. Here's Cassiano, and then he double pumps it to Jackson, and then it goes to Eastwood. So Eastwood is down on the 30-metre line. Manly's end of the ground. No score in Friday night football for VB at the moment, as they dribble this ball down towards Stewart, and he ducked under Thompson's tackle. And it's gone away with Gutherson now.
Yeah, no surprise. No great fluency in the Bulldogs' attack. They have the football so far. It's been the case for the game in a long time now, where your traditional positions really don't exist. Well, tonight you just throw them out the window.
Lyon with an offload and finding Starling. First person I saw underneath the stadium, Steve Mortimer. I thought to myself, my God, they've gone to some extreme lengths here as he walked into the dressing rooms. But it was just a motivational thing from Turvey. Brilliant halfback that he was. Foran sending it down, and that has gone out on the full. Watched closely by Thompson.
Yeah, mate,
and Jeff Turvey puts the hands in the air wide.
Is it Ash?
wide.
Back here, boys.
And they're the little things that the Bulldogs will need tonight. You know, they put a good set of 6 together, a good kick into the corner, then defended well, put pressure on the kicker, and they've come up with a good turnover. So it's got to keep churning away with that attitude, making life difficult for the opposition. Don't worry about the score, don't worry about time to score. Just make it uncomfortable as possible.
Brown. And Brown. Getting the ball precisely when he wanted it. To speed up. Back for Ennis then. Jackson, he's doing his job well in the halves at the moment anyway. Everything has been done with high confidence. Now eastward, 15 out from the line. Lathai goes towards centre ground. And the try line is about 5 in front of them. Here's Ennis out, having a look around. Cassiano, Williams, and a lunge for the line, but short. 17 for the Dogs, Matua. And Jackson then tries to poke one through. It's knocked on by Ballon, I think. Canterbury is saying that he knocked it on. Ballon gets up, plays the ball. Matai comes away.
It was a great catch if he has caught it. He didn't have much time.
Let's see if we can have a quick look at it. They're only down on their own 20. Here's the kick. It touches his arm. I thought it touched his arm on the first occasion, which is a knock-on clearly, unless he's been deemed not to have played the ball. Interesting, but it could have been a massive moment in the game had they have got it wrong. I'm not prepared to say they did on what we've seen so far. Little John kicking, Thompson returning.
Yeah, very similar to what we saw last week from Manly, not waiting for the last tackle to kick the football, and that's the 3rd time Little John has put the ball on the 4th tackle. Looks like Thompson getting involved. In fact, it's Drury Lowe, the other winger.
Just inside the 40-metre line, Tim Brown, who came on immediately that Aidan Tolman left the field, and the suspicions are that Tolman won't be back. And straight up the tunnel. Here's Jackson doing well in this uncustomary role of his tonight. Horrow. And a penalty against Manly's defence. They are the least penalised side in the league.
Yeah, that's a poor penalty. Justin Horrow, a late grab there. That the tackle was completed and he just couldn't help himself but grabbing up around the collar there as Jackson was getting up. That one there. Manuel seemed to be more at fault.
So Canterbury get on the attack. Working off the back of either a Manly mistake out on the full or a penalty. Won't be pleasing Jeff Tuvey. Here's Tim Brown being buckled backwards on the 10-metre line then in the middle of the ground. So they go to the left side to Williams, and he goes behind the decoy out to Big Cassiano. He can't be stopped, you would think. Does he get the ball down? Yes, he's confident that he's got it down. The referee looking at the touch, Judge.
Got try down here, Ash.
And he's now saying Jared Maxwell that he's got to try. So Big Sam has scored. He's clutched at his shoulder at the same time.
And he scores off Big Tony.
Big Tony to Big Sam.
What about the size?
Sounds like an episode of Underbelly.
The Manly defence, they hung off. Tony Williams, that first receiver down the left-hand side. Manly stopped back on the heels. Then they start to slide. And Sam Cassiano outside Jamie Lyon. Peter Hiku was going backwards and sideways. And you let a big man like Cassiano that close. Oh, hang on now. We'll need to have another look just to see where his leading arm is in relation to the ball getting over the line.
The ball took a long time to get to the stripe, didn't it? He dived a little bit early.
I think they're looking at the decoy runners. And I think they're okay.
Let's have a look at this right arm as it stretches out, because the ball comes down short of the line. Now rolls towards the line. Oh, gee whiz.
Yeah, he's given a try, though, the ref, so it'd be hard to overrule him, wouldn't it? And the touch, he's looking at it like a hawk. He's right on top of it. Does the ball find the chalk, the try line before?
Well, watch where the ball comes down. The ball will actually come down before the try line. and takes a while to get to the try line with that extended right arm. It's there, it's not, it's short, it's short, it's short, it's short. And the right arm's nearly at the try line, at the dead ball line. You're going to have to marry up both pitches here. Maybe this one will give you a little bit more indication. His arm's on the line there.
And is the ball on the try line there?
Well, it's hard to say.
So
as you say, he's ruled try, so there's probably no evidence to refute that. But I have my suspicions that the ball hasn't got to the line before his arms got to the dead ball line.
And if he'd have signalled no try, you wouldn't be arguing with that either. It's one of those ones where they're just going to be fortunate, the Bulldogs here, that they will get a favourable call as the initial one.
Look, the thing that's in their favour is the referee has said try, and he's had his touch judge, see his touch judge. He's got a perfect view of it, but does the football reach the chalk before the right hand reaches the wrong chalk?
I think it's a no try.
Yeah, I agree.
I think his arms got on the dead ball line.
We'll have a look at it then. For KFC, no try. It's an overrule by Ashley Klein and Ben Galea. Overruling Jared Maxwell. Sam Cassiano loses his try.
Sorry? I'll explain it then.
Wow.
Oh, mate, there's nothing. They've got more evidence to suggest he's touching goal prior to the ball going down.
Ennis seems to have accepted that decision. Just going back to the Ballon thing, the audio people tell me they heard the pocket referee say, no, not play that. So it may have hit Ballon on the arm, but that doesn't mean, if you don't play it, that doesn't mean it's a knock-on. Some people think that if it comes off the hand or the arm, it's automatically a knock-on, but not if you don't play at it. So that gets back to the Ballon incident. Now we've had Cassiano knocked back. So it's Starling with the ball for Manly.
Well, they played with fire there, Manly. Backing away that close to their own line against a big man like Cassiano. They do that too often. They will pay the price at some stage as we go down to Brett Finch.
Yeah, just an update on Aidan Tolman. He's come back to the sideline. Bad news for the Bulldogs. He will be missing for the rest of the game. I just spoke to Tol and he said it's not as bad as when he first done it, but it'll be enough to sit him on the sideline for the rest of the game. So unlucky for Aidan.
Yeah, so what Andrew John said was if he comes back with ice on it, that's goodbye. And Brett has just confirmed that. Aidan Tolman out of the game. Canterbury, if they're going to win, they're going to have to do it with 16. And Little John goes high. Very, very high. And Mitch Brown has put it down. It's come down to Manly. Bura's put a kick in. Hiku is after it. And Low beats him to the ball. Mitch Brown is blowing up big time at referee Jared Maxwell about, I'm not quite sure. He went up. I thought he went up and just knocked the ball on. I think he's saying he knocked it back. But it made no difference anyway. The Manly player was onside.
Very confident play from Jamie Bura. He knew that it was 6 again because he saw Brown very clearly lose the football. But he saw a bit of space out wide for his winger, summed it up and didn't get the try, but got the next best result.
They did, Pete. I just thought for a moment it might have been a premature thing that Bura did, but he's a very confident player. He's very good utility.
Wow,
Look at this kick. Who kicked that? I was watching elsewhere. That's nearly hit the 30-metre line on the full if it was allowed to bounce. Was there a gale blowing down there or something? Penalty goes to Manly.
They've got a shoulder charge here against Tim Brown.
No, not you. If it was you, I'd be talking to you. Come on.
I think it was Mitch Brown, wasn't it? The drop goal.
Yeah, mate. You whistle, Jared. Thanks, Beach.
Krishnan Inu.
Krishnan Inu, eh? It would have landed on the opponent's 30-metre line. So it's a 70-metre drop kick from Krishnan Inu. And I've got to tell you, without Bree's assistance, that's the longest drop kick I've seen in a game of rugby league. Played by Brenton Lawrence. It's away to Horrow. He dummied and then went out to Stewart. And Brett will play the ball 8 metres away from the Canterbury line. So they haven't been here tonight. And here is a try for Dunamis Louis. Well, inside 20 has been registered for Manly. But they went down there, from memory it was their first visit, apart from the chase on Bure's kick. And the Eagles are rocking. They get a try.
And that is the concern. The first time down there in the Harvey Norman replay, it was just one-on-one. Graham up against the ball carrier, and Dunamis Louis was on his outside to score.
When you come and see us here at Holden, you can count on us for our best range ever.
Plus, great drive-away deals.
Plus, this month, a 5-year warranty right through until 2019.
Plus, 3 years free servicing on every new Holden.
Hurry in now for the Cruise, Colorado, Commodore, Captiva, Trax, plus lots more.
With a 5-year warranty plus 3 years free servicing.
It all adds up to no worries from Holden.
But it's there's the try scorer, the former Bronco that came to Manly, Dunamis Louis. Housework I haven't had a chance to attend to. I'll give you that Holden Cup score in a moment. Jamie Lyon, 4 from 5 last week on the Holden board. Andrew, a comment from you?
Yeah, simple try there to Dunamis Louis. It's really poor defence here from Sam Cassiano. You watch Sam Cassiano, he goes there for Brenton Lawrence on the outside. Just really poor vision and defence there from Cassiano. This will shut up beautifully. You see he just slides out there on the outside, man, just opens that corridor there for Dunamis Louis. Poor defence. And boys, no breeze down here, and he just hit it flush.
That's the biggest I've seen, Joe.
Yeah, it's pretty big.
The Holden Cup. Manly 34 beat the Bulldogs 14 in Holden Cup NYC, and Canterbury go in.
That was pretty big as well.
Into celebration mode. And
on Starling, who's still down. Brown was involved.
Well, let's have a look at this one on replay. The Manly players encouraging him to get up.
Yeah, he brought it back with plenty of gusto, did Starling, but he hit a brick wall.
You're right, Sean.
So it's Graham leading with that right shoulder, and he got him right underneath the breastplate.
It was very similar to the hit he had just moments ago. He got penalised for. It's a really good shot. I didn't understand the first penalty, and
there's enough there.
the Bulldogs really pumped up now that they've got a good shot in there and dislodged the ball.
That I'm talking about.
Yeah. Let's go, boys. Come on. Come on, dogs.
Canterbury have lost both games this year without their Origin reps.
This is the part of the game I don't understand anymore. Why we've got to have all this wasting of time and standing around before they pack a scrum. Why does it take them so long to pack a scrum and get the ball in? Have a committee meeting.
Brown, the fullback, at the block position, and he's gone away to Williams, and he shovels away from Little John. He's 2 metres out from the line. Williams and Cassiano down there are damn dangerous, aren't they? This is Inu with the ball, but Manly putting 4 men into the tackle. Now for Graham. There was Barron to make the tackle. That's the try line you can see. Here's Williams. No look, and he floats it away, and Drury low. Oh, well, that's great defence. I thought he would score for sure, Drury low. Now they get the ball away with another lofted ball. It found Matua eventually. It was almost in orbit, the fuck. 15 metres out from the line. Coming towards the centre of the ground now. Dummy from Emmers. Back for Jackson. On for Brown. Out to Laffey. Laffey taken. Didn't hit the ground. Got the ball away. And it's a turnover to Manly. And you've got to acknowledge the Manly defence. It was great.
I was with you, Ray. I thought Drury Low scores for sure out there. They got over in time. Dunamis Louis, I think, made the final tackle. Steve Mortimer might have had a few words with Tony Williams about the cut-out pass.
In the meantime, Josh Starling has taken... Well, he's heading for a seat on the sideline after taking that hit from James Graham. Really shook the young man up. It was a really good shoulder. When I say that, he led with his shoulder, which is quite traditional. It was a wonderful shot. It's Jason King now. Just Just inside the 40-metre line. Playing it for Ballon. Away to Little John. Onto Jamie Lyon. Gets his ball rolling end on end and bounces up to Brown. Brown coming out in an angle towards the 30-metre line. Taken by Ballon, who hasn't missed a game since round 1, 2008. Penalty goes Canterbury. You'd like to employ 13 like him, wouldn't you? He hasn't missed a game since 2008, Matt Ballon. It's almost a breach of union rules, isn't it?
Well, he's got nothing else to do on weekends. What else is he going to do? Got to go to the foot.
Spoke to him last week, Ray, and he's got the really gruff voice now, the Gary Larson type voice. He got it chopped in the throat last season, he was saying, and yeah, it's Darren Lockyer at one stage.
So Finucane is out there now. He's gone on to take the place of Sam Cassiano. And then Graham just thrusts it out the back and sort of hopes, and Ennis was able to catch it and take the tackle. And here's Brown from dummy half. Good quick play the ball, and that's the receipt. Now look at this. This is good stuff from Brown. That's a dogged run. 2 metres out from the line now. Ennis for Graham, short to Tim Brown. Plenty of elocution lessons here with the Brown boys. And here's James Graham. Graham scores. Michael Ennis was prominent in everything that led up to that try. They got quick play the balls and good service from Michael Ennis after he'd got a reckless pass from James Graham at the head of the set.
Well, it's a little bit like the Manly try, isn't it? Just the one pass, one-on-one, but the man receiving the football on the outside of the defender. This time it's Jason King, with Burer staying with his man on the Harvey Norman replay.
Because we buy so much stock in bulk, we can afford to pass the prices on to you. So it's easy to come and shop here. We make sure we have the lowest prices.
12 rail clothes era, only $6.50. Arlic halogen worklight, $29.88. A Zito multifunction tool, $99. 4-shelf galvanised storage unit, $13.87. Samba firelighters, just $2.25.
There's no use to go anywhere else. Just come straight to Bunnings.
Bunnings Warehouse.
Lowest prices are just the beginning.
So he celebrated his try effervescently. James Graham, Big Jimmy. It's his 5th try in Australia. Came down here having been a English Super League Man of Steel in 08. Prop of the year 08 and 12. Scratching the noggin. Probably thinking to himself, why don't I score more tries? Kristen Inu now, taking the conversion attempt.
Well, he handled 2 plays in a row there. He put the short ball on for Tim Brown, went back to the left, lined up, called to Ennis, and muscled his way into the end goal. It was good stuff.
Chrisman putting it out into the grandstand, not leaving anything to chance, and the men that combined for the try have a quick powwow. Finchy on the sideline.
Yeah, just what the doctor ordered for the Bulldogs, and now with Aidan Tolman out, a lot more responsibility falls on his shoulders. He's been a revelation since he's come out here, James Graham, so he'll love this extra pressure.
He's one of the best, you know, I've been around a long time. He's one of the best I've seen, James Graham, seriously.
And he was involved in the tackle that got the Dogs the football at that end of the field after Manly had scored. Tim Brown and himself going into Josh Starling, and that's Finucane's first touch.
We only talked about this the other night. The Englishmen that have come down here that have been very, very good in our competition. We all seem to put Malcolm Reilly at the top of the list. I understand that. Phil Lowe was great. Brian Lockwood. And this man passing the ball now, James Graham, away to the 17 is Rennie Matua.
Well, the front rows especially, Ray. Cliff Watson. As you point out, Brian Lockwood, Lee Crooks is down here, Kevin Ward, outstanding at Manly.
I think he won MO in a grand final, did he not? Ward, here's a kick from Inu, but it's gone back into the centre of the ground. And they were a bit light on out here. Had the Manly side had a back line, Canterbury could have well been short on staff. Here's Matai, who hasn't seen much football. Playing it back to Gutherson. He's been a permanent member of the New South Wales sides since about 2010. He went under 16s, he went under 18s this year, and last year he's gone under 20. So the kid from Mona Vale, he must be able to play a bit. Clinton Gutherson played one game last year for Manly against Penrith. And this is Senna Lafayette. 7 or 8 metres into Canterbury's territory. Back now for Foran. Foran kicks high. And I'll tell you what, oh, gee, that's a great take by Mitch Brown. Well, one thing I'm certain of, he must have played a fair bit of fullback before. He's wonderful under the high ball. I know he put one down tonight, but a couple of his catches have been enormous. That is low. And we're just inside the 30-metre line. Origin Wednesday night. Origin's 3 Wednesday night. And it promises to be a wonderful spectacle. It might not have any bearing on the series. I understand that. And I know the players hate it being called a dead rubber. But I think that these two sides are going to just let themselves roll around the football field. We may see some razzle-dazzle stuff. I think we get a chance to see the very best of the entertainers on Wednesday night. Stewart is with it now.
Yeah, we've had just a 30-point scored in total in the 2 matches. I think that'll blow out next week.
You feel the same as me then. I think they'll open up. Use the 8 cylinders instead of 6. The Senna Lafayette gets the ball away to Matter. And Little John. It wasn't Little John, in fact. It was Brendan Lawrence, ready to come back into the game. So Foran goes away. Little John has got the ball, turned it back on the inside. Jamie Lyon tried to go through. He got through James Graham, but he didn't beat Rennie Matua. Now it's with Senna Lafayette, and he's up to the middle of the ground. Ballon to the right side. Little John kicks, and not frightened to put a bit of height on it. And we had Thompson really wriggling underneath it, and he's lost the ball. One-on-one pinch by Ballon. Now Jackson
hands away, boys.
Has already been tackled, and he works him. So Manly get a penalty. 6-all to score. And
tapping. Let me get it anyway.
Ballon is going to take the tap for Jason Keith. So here's Ballon now. On to Foran. Foran goes back behind 2 decoys, and then Stewart, then Matai, then Gutherson, and gone back to Matai, but I think it's gone into touch.
Off Manly. Bulldogs feed. Yep.
He's ordered a Bulldogs feed. I think Steve Matai is saying, well, hang on a moment, I don't think I did go into touch. I think it was his arm that was into touch. Let's have a look at it.
Well, depends who's got the ball here. It goes back in field. He'd have been better off he'd allowed the Bulldog to have it. So who actually had the ball there?
Well, I think Matai had the ball, and if any part of him hit the line, it was his hair.
Yeah.
If any part of him hits the line, it's his head or his hair.
Yeah, his hair.
Yeah, that'll do. That's on the line.
One's connected to the other, so it's...
2 hands, Josh.
So Canterbury winning the scrum. So Sam Cassiano's arms are too long, and Steve Matai's hair is too long. Finucane's got a problem after playing the ball. I thought I saw him clutching at a wrist. No, he's okay now. And Williams plays the ball, and Matua about to play it 35 out from his line. Graham at pivot. Held on the 40-metre line, the big fellow.
It's a good, tough game, isn't it? Really physical.
Well, I don't think there's much doubt we're going to see these two in September. Maybe more than once.
That'll be good.
So Inu puts a kick in. I don't know about the purpose of it, but it's bounced and bounced back down to Gutherson. See, he played his juniors. Well, he was born at Mona Vale, I guess at Mona Vale Hospital, and plays in the Diploma juniors before coming into grade. Played by Hiku now. And now Little John.
Interference
In the
here.
ruck. Yeah, he's in the ruck though. He kicks the ball.
So Manly get the penalty for a bit of interference in the ruck. I think I heard somebody say.
Yeah, they haven't found a lot of rhythm tonight, Manly. Not a lot of ball at the other end of the field. The Bulldogs have done a good job of pulling this down into a little bit of a wrestle-a-thon and bash and barge-a-thon. So
Thank you, Brady.
Manly looking for a bit of free space here at the moment.
Brett Finch, a comment?
Yeah, we identified at the start of the game that the weakness could be the fifth tackle options from the Bulldogs, and so far that's been the case. They'll certainly have to improve them as the match goes on.
Manly another penalty. So they're seemingly going down inside the 20-metre zone again. And there's the offside against Canterbury as ruled by the ref.
Come on, Peter.
Jamie Lyon taking the kick. Played then by Brenton Lawrence, and here's Fenner Lefeo. 15 out from the line. One try apiece, 6 points all to score. And here is the foreign dropping it neatly back into Buehrer. And Buehrer tackled well by Jackson. It's come from Horro through foreign to Fenner Lefeo. He'll play it 3 metres away from that line that you see, which is the try line. Foreign puts a kick in, out wide, and Thompson does well. He's in the in goal, but he's pointing to the line dropout restart.
Yeah, he said he was in the field of play before he took this ball, and it was a nothing kick. There was no Manly player looming up in support. Maybe it was a set play and someone missed their assignment. But you can see here that young Corey Thompson, well, his right foot was actually on the line, which would indicate to me he's in goal, but
his back foot's off the ground.
Yeah, it's hard to. They're going to change this, I think.
Yeah, I think they've got to change it, and the video referee has the right to overrule on restart.
20-metre tap.
So we've got the right decision. That's all that matters. But it just gives me a chance to re-emphasise that the video referee has the right to change what the restart might be.
He's relentless, Michael Ennis. The referee told him 10 times here, wait.
Just wait.
But he took the tap and took off anyway, just to be different. He's constantly at them, isn't he?
From the tap, they throw a long ball away to Williams, and Williams got it onto Inu. They're outside the 30-metre line as Inu was able to get a ball away to Lowe. Williams a dummy half now, finding the tour. Rennie, I should say. Keep on calling Rene, but nothing's new. Here's Finucane up towards halfway. Ennis appealing for quick play the ball, and he has got plenty through the night. Jackson's doing well out there in this job that they've given him tonight. And to Laffey now dummy half. He runs to Graham, and Graham tries to hit a hole, but the hole had closed. Buehrer doing the job on Graham. Long ball away to Williams. Williams gets it on. Matua's with it again. Jamie Lyon is there in defence together with Littlejohn. And now Tony Williams with a deft kick. Out it goes to Jefferson, who decides the best thing I can do is find the ground. And he does, 10 metres away from the Manly line for Matai to have a run. Manly's left side, best in the game, according to the rankings. Here's Lawrence with Finucane up in his face. Graham in the tackle as well.
That's a great tackle. Really good pressure.
Going to the ground after playing the ball. Brenton Lawrence this time.
This is good from the Bulldogs.
That is good driving defence, isn't it?
Yeah, it's really good. They're making it uncomfortable for Manly.
It's got plenty of venom about it. Graham again was involved in that tackle that has hurt the Manly front row. He took care of Starling earlier, and he's got Lawrence in a bit of pain now. If Littlejohn puts a kick in, it'll be taken by Corey Thompson, and he'll run it past halfway.
That's the quality of the Canterbury defence on that occasion. Manly forced to kick 18 out from their own line. Already on the second tackle, Tim Laffey is just 40 metres away from the try line as Tim Brown gets a rest into the game earlier than expected.
Big Sam is back and plays it on the 30-metre line, and Greg Eastwood runs it to the 20. Canterbury rotating their big men and getting plenty of use out of them. For Newcomb, Williams away, out to Inu, beats one, gets out of another and scores. Well, Manly fell apart in defence there. Inu's task, I thought, was impossible, but he shrugged away from a couple, ran past another, and Krishnan Inu has scored for Canterbury to lead 10-6.
We've always known this young man chock full of talent, natural ability galore. And this is not a difficult thing to run through the Manly defence like this, but Krishnan Inu, left foot step, good strength up top to get rid of Hiku in between defenders, leaves Tom Simons standing and carries Brett Stewart over as Tim Brown celebrates.
Why are we so against doing nothing? I mean, if you're doing nothing, aren't you really doing something? Nothing is a something, isn't it? So stay in and do something that's not nothing by doing a KFC fun do with the whole family. With crispy strips, nuggets, popcorn chicken, chips, and 3 warm dipping sauces, it's really something.
Krishnan Inu is with Parramatta, as you know, for a time. In fact, 4 years with Parramatta. He spent some time during that back playing with the feeder club, I think, at Wentworthville. So now he's put his 63rd try on the board. Goal kicking centre, come winger, come fullback. It can be a valuable piece of property. He lands the goal to convert his tries, who have had 3 converted tries, and Dogs leading with 3 to go at 12-6.
It's a turn-up, isn't it? But as we said before the game, this man, Des Hasler, I really love him as a coach. He's prepared to think outside the square. He would have sat there and watched his team beaten by Parramatta without his rep stars last time. And he'd have said, OK, well, next time this happens, we're not going in with the same game plan. We're not going into the same side. We'll try something different. And what he's done is he's just put all these big men out there. And he said, rumble over the top of these fellas. Get up in their face in defence and belt them. Make it as uncomfortable as possible. We worry about the scoreboard at the back end. But here they are just in the shadows of half-time. They're in front. And they're doing it nicely.
Hard to find what you would call a back in this Canterbury side. Sometimes we talk about the juggernaut, the engine room and all those sort of people, but these blokes, there's very few backs amongst them. Here's Graham now. He'll pass to Finucane, another forward. Keep in mind that a fullback like Tim Brown, he's no midget. Now Ennis puts a little tantalising kick over, and Brett Stewart brings it back, and Ennis, Matua chases and brings him down. 22 out from the Manly line. Senna Lafayette Hiku with the ball now. I just worried about Hiku. He was beaten point blank by Inu. I thought maybe that shoulder injury is worrying him. Played by Ballon on halfway. Little John Foran Horrow. And Horrow will play the ball. A bit more than a minute. Here's Gutherson down the flank and getting a ball inside, but Greg Eastwood booted it over the dead ball line.
Well, just watch the class in this play. Firstly from Brett Stewart. No one saw the pass here. I didn't see it. How it got in and out of his hands. Watch this. In, bang, straight away.
That is a tip on, isn't it?
Now Gutherson makes sure he gets back into the field to play. That is brilliant. That will look outstanding from head on. He puts a grubber kick through, He'll get bumped out of the field of play. Watch him get his right foot back in before he touches the ball. Tiptoes, passes it back infield, and Eastwood has to kick it dead. Wonderful play by Gutherson. Brilliant stuff from Brett Stewart. That ball hardly touched his fingertips. I reckon if the police fingerprinted it, there wouldn't be his prints on the ball. It was that light. He'd have got away with the crime.
DNA's the ball. No fingerprints available, sir. We'll take a DNA.
We'll have to get the CSI team in.
Exactly. CSI Miami or New York or Cootamundra or some CSI Cootamundra. They'd solve it. He's a good player, this young kid, Gutherson. He's only 19. He'll be rapt when he sees the tape. And here's the rap he got from the most successful New South Wales coach of all time. And there's half-time. So it's been, I know it's been a grind, but it was always going to be a grind. Canterbury leading with this big pack of forwards. Brett Finch on the sideline.
Yeah, down here with Bulldogs forward Aidan Tolman. Told bad news about the injury, mate.
Yeah, just a little retweak of what I've done a few weeks ago, so I won't be back tonight. It's disappointing, but the boys are going pretty well.
Yeah, on a positive note, great start from the boys.
Yeah, I thought they got onto a good start. They, just when they get in that set-for-set footy, I think they're on top. It's just giving those leg out, those errors, those leg out penalties that are really costing us at the moment, and giving a good field position. And if you give Manly a good field position, you're going to put points on you. So it's just about getting in that set-for-set, and I think we'll do a good job.
Hey, good luck with the recovery and all the best for the boys.
Thanks, Vincey. Cheers, mate.
Brett, thank you. Jamie Lyon had a long conversation with the referee. Coming up next in Holden half-time, Sterlo and Joey. They join Cameron Williams to take us through the VB hard-earned first-half highlights. You're watching VB Friday Night Football. You're going back to the sheds with Jamie Lyon on the home of Rugby League. Nine's Wide World of Sports.
Surfing, the biggest waves on the planet. On 60 Minutes.
Are you mad?
The plumber with a death wish. What happens next? 60 Minutes, Sunday after The Voice Kids.
Here it goes again. Sportsbet's State of Origin special. In Game 3, if your team score points first but go on to lose, we'll refund your bet. Money back. Enjoy that, gentlemen. Sportsbet. Find us in the App Store.
When you come and see us here at Holden, you can count on us for our best range ever.
Plus, great drive-away deals.
Plus, this month, a 5-year warranty right through until 2019.
Plus, 3 years free servicing on every new Holden.
Hurry in now for the Cruise, Colorado, Commodore, Captiva, Trax, plus lots more.
With a 5-year warranty plus 3 years free servicing.
It all adds up to no worries from Holden.
Wild Turkey Rare and Fox Sports present Rare Legends, Rare Stories. Your opportunity to ask 3 legends of Australian sport anything you like. Former Australian cricket captain Alan Border, Wallaby superstar Tim Horan, and AFL Hall of Fame inductee Kevin Sheedy will answer your questions and open up with stories never heard before. Get involved now at rarestories.com.au.
Trent Hodkinson and Josh Reynolds, but they're getting the job done. I guess it leads me back to the old adage, where there's a will, there's a way.
And the Dogs have turned the clock back here a little bit. They're really putting it to Manly. And as I said before the game, I love Des Hasler, I really do. I think he's a coach who's prepared to be a little different, prepared to think outside the square, and he doesn't necessarily follow what everyone else does. He does it his own way, and he's got great results doing it.
A game tomorrow at Cogra. I promised St George I'd mention it. There's a tribute to the late great Reg Gasnier at, I think it starts at 4:25. The minor games have been moved forward to leave a space between the minor games and the game against the Cowboys. A tribute to Reg Gasnier Day. With 4:25 the start time for the tribute. Barry O'Farrell, the former Premier, in the Canterbury box alongside Arthur Curry and Ray Dibb and company. As we go into the second half of this game, Manly in an uncustomary role, I guess, playing catch-up to 12-6 down. And Graham is with the ball. Innes. This is Matua. 25 away from his own line. Back now for Finucane. Certainly not short on back rowers, are they? Now Cassiano tries to put a dent, a human dent in the Manly line. And this ball might go dead. It's got a bit of pace behind it. So back to the 20-metre optional restart.
Who we got? Who's our last?
Those back rowers you're talking about, Ray, Finucane and Jackson, they do, Phil was talking about winding the clock back. They remind me of a young Paul Langmack or David Gillespie coming through early on. Really tough young players. Hit hard in defence, hit often.
Seagulls have conceded only 2 tries in their last 3 second halves. That stat at the moment is untarnished, but they have allowed 2 tries in the first half of this game today. Jamie Bureau playing it back to his number 9 and away from forward. Oh, Horrow dropped onto the broad of his back with the weight of Eastwood and Jackson on top of him.
That's good defence.
Foreign kicks, Matai chases, Cuthbertson not Cuthbertson, but Gutherson chases. The bounce is good for Manly. It was a one-on-one pinch, I think. No, knock on has been ordered.
Well, first one, knock on
Bulldogs. He took off before acceptances here. Young Mitch Brown. He flew high and really made a meal of it, and it landed in the laps.
Boys, let's go, come on.
The Seagulls play went way up. He's on the way down before the ball comes down, and they're saying he got a touch on it there. Brett Stewart ended up with it and knocked it on. But they'll get another chance here from the scrum win.
Canterbury deemed to have knocked on first, and Manly with the chance. As they come away through their captain, and they go now to Brett Stewart. 15 away from the line. Manly down by 6. Jamie Lyon goes on to Tom Simons in the 16 shirt. Plays the ball on the 10-metre line for Ballon. And now Little John goes across. The decoy went, and then Foran got another one. And then here's a try for Gutherson in this corner where one was denied earlier. Maxwell talks to his touch judge and points to the spot. Isn't that refreshing? Well, Gutherson has scored, the youngster for the Sea Eagles.
Sorry, Ray. Andrew John spoke about the communication between the Manly playmakers, and Kieran Foran calls his man. Brett Stewart, I believe it is, from one side to the other. And there he goes across now to get involved and take the pass and then throw the key ball to the try scorer on the Harvey Norman Reed play. He travelled a long way to get involved there, Brett Stewart, and it was worthwhile.
Well, there he is, the try scorer. He's playing in his second top-grade game for Manly. He scored in the game he played last year against Penrith, so it's 1 in each game for this young fella that Gus gave a big rap to at the end of the first half. Andrew, you know more about him than I do.
Yeah, he's come local junior, as you said, Rabs. his best position is fullback, but like a lot of the young fullbacks coming into the game, he's debuted on the wing, but I'm sure he'll end up later in his career playing fullback for Manly. He's that good a young athlete. The Sydney Swans actually tried to sign him a few years ago, but he made the right decision to stay with rugby league, so good to see him playing well.
Stay with me, Andrew. I've got something for you. Good question, this one. Here's Jamie Lyon missing the conversion. So there's still 2 adrift. I think I've got a grandson plays with Mona Val, haven't I?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, little Joey Warren plays with the under
Joey,
6s.
doesn't he?
Yeah, actually, the school he goes to, little Joey Warren, Clint Gutherson's mum is a kindergarten teacher there, so maybe she teaches your grandson.
Well,
I've seen him run around the schoolyard. I bet you she hopes she doesn't teach him. He's got some energy, that boy. He's a good boy.
That's enough of you. Turn his fader down, please, Gus.
There was a nice little moment there when he got up after scoring the try. I mean, you're talking about a young man, a rookie in this team with so many stars in it. And he gets up from scoring the try, he turns around, and here comes Steve Maddai and Brett Stewart in his face to give him a cuddle. And it's just an awesome moment. Look at him. There it is there. He got Brett Stewart, he got Steve Maddai, Kieran Foran. And here he is. He's got 3 legends of the game that come over to congratulate him. That's a wonderful moment for a young man.
It's a feel-good sight, isn't it, when you see that young kid, 19, being embraced by people like Brett Stewart, Kieran Foran. I noticed that you've risen Steve Mattei to legend category. That play the ball is no good from Brenton Lawrence.
Well, he's your favourite player in the game, so he's legend status.
Well, you put him up to legend. I had nothing to do with it.
But it's, you know, it's a wonderful moment for a young man like that, and it's, you know, that's how they feel part of the team when the senior players of the team come and congratulate him like that. It's a big thing. Brenton Lawrence blowing up there. He's had a little fumble in the play the ball.
Yeah, real punctuation mark there. He actually put the ball down on the foot of the marker, and that was after they'd received a penalty after scoring points. Had some real momentum up. The Dogs now will feed the scrum 38 out from their own line.
So here they come again.
Jesse, up there. Come on, Jesse.
The men from the land of the Giants. Finucane right on halfway. Another youngster who came into the game later in this match, I expect, for Manly, who is interesting. On debut for Manly. I didn't say on debut, but on debut for Manly. Cousin of Justin Hodges. As they go running across to the other side of the ground with Cassiano linking up eventually with Laffey. And we know that this kid is good. He'll play the ball 18 out, and he played it quickly. They've got so many quick play the balls on. Tony Williams is with the ball. He turns it back inside. Matua gives the ball to Finucane. Finucane to the 10-metre line. Now he's tackled 7 out.
Jesse!
Ennis Williams. Williams drops it on the foot neatly, and it's taken by Hiku. And he's back into the field of play. Gee, he did that with an element of professional ability, didn't he, Peter? You're the expert on kicking.
Well, it's not a bad place to hand the football over. He was trying, obviously, to get the restart, but I'll be keen to have a look at his touches tonight when we go through the stats. The criticism is that he doesn't get enough involvement. Well, he's been forced to tonight by the role he's been given. He's been really effective in many different ways.
Brett Stewart. Tom Simons. Good young footballer that's had a career, Peter used the word a minute ago, punctuated by some crippling injuries. Mitch Brown has positioned himself beautifully right through this game. I know he's put a couple down under pressure, but in position to take these kicks down the ground. The back end of the sets. And that is Corey Thompson, the diminutive winger. And a penalty goes, well, Manly, I think I said to you earlier, they're the least penalised side in the competition. They just appear to be giving up a few tonight. What's that? That's their 5th penalty to 3 against them. 5 to Manly, 3 to Canterbury.
Yeah, they're being bustled by the Bulldogs tonight. The Bulldogs are really...
They're keen to play the ball quick, aren't they?
Yeah, they're aggressive in everything they're doing. And they're still in front.
By a couple. 12-10 in favour of Canterbury. Graham now lunging his way towards the 20-metre line. We've got them on television again next Friday, I think, Manly, against the Tigers. Cassiano, the ball out the back. Laffey there, now running into traffic. And they've got maroon and white jumpers on. And they make the tackle on the 20 on Laffey. Here is Cassiano. And tries to put a little bit of a step into his work and then puts a pass back down on the ground. Williams picks up the ball. A boot went shooting through. Now it's gone away and gone out to, on the wing, Drury Lowe. Handled by Jackson. And Eastwood finish up a dummy half. Jackson at first receiver, then Graham, now Ennis. He wants it wide, he gets it wide. Matua gets it on. Inu, left foot step again. Tries to brush away from Lawrence. Thinks about trying to pass the ball. Manly muscle up though. And Inu will be told to play the ball 10 metres out from the line. It's gone Ennis to Williams. Williams to the right foot. Down towards Gutherson. And he takes it well, the kid. 7 metres out from his own line. Madeline comes in and takes it well.
He needed to take it well. Two Bulldog attackers coming through, had the jump. He got in the right position, arms above the head as he goes ball from dummy half to the other winger, Hiku. Pretty decent kick again from Tony Williams.
Well, that's the point I know I might sound like I was joking, but just some of the things he's done, some of the light touches that he's done with the football, it doesn't surprise me now that he did play in the halves in a grand final with Trent Hodkinson for Sunshine Coast when they won a grand final back in around about 09 or 10, something like that. Here's Brown again, back on his own line. Big run to the man, isn't he? Out to the 20-metre line.
Yeah, the next score in this game is really important. Here's Manly giving away another penalty. Make an easy job for the Bulldogs to come out of their own end. If the Dogs can kick a little bit clear, they are gritty enough to hang on in this game.
They maroon and white jumpers or red, white and blue, Pete? Tongue-in-cheek. Talking about giving penalties away, the Roosters. Manly seem to have adopted the Roosters' tactics tonight with penalties they seemingly are prepared to give. Pleasing Jeff Tooby right on the halfway line now. Finucane is giving a gentle shoulder to the front marker.
Well, Manly need the ball to win. They can't win without the ball. So every time they give a penalty, they're feeding into their own chances.
Here's Greg Eastwood running off Josh Jackson
to get back in front.
And Jackson taking control more and more as the game goes on. Starting to direct players where he wants them. And it's come away to James Graham. He's gone back to Williams. He floats in. He gets it to Inu. And Inu is tackled. They're 5 metres out from the line. And this is the last. And the slow play the ball. Mature at 17. On to Williams in 12. Bennett with Ennis. Puts a kick in. Stewart's got to go quickly. They've got themselves a try, Canterbury. It is Corey Thompson.
Try.
Brett Stewart has taken a swipe at it with the boot. It hasn't been successful, and Thompson has scored for Canterbury.
And he does a super job to grab this ball, Corey Thompson. Bounces nicely for him. Lovely little kick from Michael Ennis, putting it into a kind of no man's land over there, under pressure. And the chasers on the outside, well, they look fine to me. Corey Thompson certainly in line. Don't believe he's gone past him.
I think he's fine.
Yep.
I don't think there's any problem there.
Now Stewart gets a play at this football on his own line.
Yeah, he was a little bit undecided as to whether Gutherson was going to come back. Gutherson starts to come back. Stewart looks at him and he actually gets it off his foot. Stewart bumped it with his foot the first time. Oh, I want to see the put down again. Brett Stewart was looking at Gutherson. It hits his foot, gets away from him. He tries to get it again. And Gutherson, that's a rather clumsy sort of thing there as he got it. I think he's nestled it okay. Have to see where the right hand is.
His right hand was always on the ball.
But Brett Stewart looked up at Gutherson and it hit him on the foot. The ball hits his leg there. It did bobble a little bit, but they want it from the other side to see whether or not his right hand stays on it there. See Brett Stewart kicks at it as another shot misses it. He's got the right hand there, hits his knee.
His right hand never leaves the ball.
That's a try. And if it is awarded, which we believe it will be, we've got a very important conversion coming up.
He's always got wrist, arm or hand on the ball. So I can't see how they can overturn Jared Maxwell's decision here.
Well, there's not enough evidence to. They've called it a try.
Well, they're going into further investigation. It must all centre on the put down. And I put it to you that he's got a part of his right hand, his wrist or his forearm, in contact with the ball at all times.
It'll be a try.
It's got to be green, you would think, and it is. Gee, that took a long time, but Canterbury go out to a 16-10 lead. The kick after this.
When the urge to smoke strikes, it strikes fast. That's why new Nicobate oral strips start to work fast. 50 seconds fast. New Nicobate oral strips are the first and only stop smoking aid in a strip. They dissolve fast, release nicotine fast. They start to relieve your urge to smoke in 50 seconds. So try new Nicobate oral strips today and start beating your cravings fast. 50 seconds fast.
Well, there's our try scorer, Corey Thompson. It was in doubt for a little while whether or not they were going to approve of it. Ashley Klein looking at it. He was worried about what Phil was alluding to, that he might have lost control of it, but I think they didn't have enough evidence to overturn, and I'm positive he had part of his right hand or wrist or arm on the ball at all times with downward pressure.
And if this kick is successful to put the Bulldogs outside to convert a try in front, it appears to be the kind of night where 8 is a very good lead.
So the try scorer debuted this year for Canterbury, Corey Thompson. Good young finisher. And here's Krishnan Inu to put them back to that 8 margin, and it's just away. Just away. So we've got 6 points between them again.
Now we might just see a little bit of reshuffle here in the Bulldogs. Damien Cook is out there now in jersey number 9, and I would imagine he would operate out of dummy half, and I guess that would mean we'll see more of Michael Ennis playing as a receiver. Rennie Matua has come off, so too Sam Cassiano.
The Dogs come out from between their own sticks. And Finucane it is that'll play the ball. James Graham wants a piece of it. 25 out from his line. He'll play it back for Cook. And he's gone immediately onto Eastwood here on the short side, the western side of the ground. And Tim Brown now.
See, they had 2 weeks to get ready for this game, the Bulldogs. They had the bye and went into camp up north, and Des Hasler playing against his old club. And bet your life he wasn't going to give these 2 points away very cheaply. And they've come up with a great game plan tonight, haven't they?
There's Ennis playing out now.
Easy now, boys.
In the,
easy, boys.
the
Easy,
7
easy.
position, and Josh Jackson pushing out into the 5/8 role.
Yeah, you got a poor pass there on the last tackle. When you're getting ready to kick the football, you want it in the right position, and there's good pressure from Manly. Sunday football this weekend, Tigers v Panthers. Leichhardt Oval, you'll see that 4 p.m. on Sunday. Tigers love playing at Leichhardt, and the Panthers, unaffected by Origin, look very strong as well.
Simons. There'll be a big crowd on Sunday for that game, I'm sure. I know you only need probably 18,000 to fill Leichhardt, but it'll be a wonderful setting. Foran goes along the line and gives it on to Matai. So Matai has lost it.
He's coming at you.
And these are the little things that just excite the home crowd and make a believer out of those that maybe didn't think it could happen prior to the game. Manly coach starting to get a little nervous. And it's just little moments like these that made me think, maybe it's our night. He put that down on his own foot then.
Yes, he did.
Steve Maddai.
Brenton Lawrence earlier did something similar, but he put it on an opposing player's foot. Now Steve Maddai has clumsily put it on his own foot.
23 minutes to go, 6-point lead. Krishnan Inu is a field goal kicker of some note. I'm not sure there are too many others here in the Bulldogs side.
Well, Krishnan Inu on a dropout earlier in the night, it went 70 metres. So we might attempt something quite freakish later on.
Ever seen a field goal from the opposing half at all, right?
No, but I'm trying to think of a New Zealander that did something like that. I think who was it? A wonderful kicker of the ball. No problem, halfway, anything like that. Here's James Graham with the ball now. Just inside the 40-metre line, back and away from Cook into the hands of Ennis. And whoops, you wanted one to go up and down in the same spot. You've just achieved it, Michael. This ball bouncing away towards Manly, and it's come down with Little John to play the ball on the 30-metre line. They got tangled up there, him and Inu. Now for Jamie Ryan. Vastly different match we're watching tonight than we did between these two sides 3 weeks ago on the bog at Brookvale. Manly dominated that game. In fact, Daly Cherry Evans blew them away early. The bench, some movement there for Canterbury. Here's Brett getting into a half space, but Ennis shuts it down with Thompson. Maddai the dummy half. Now for Horrow behind Bureau, Foran. Now Ballon. Now Little John. Here's Lyon. And Jamie turns it in. It's with Hiku. And Hiku is trying to get rid of Tony Williams, but he puts him on the ground. 20 metres away.
Big play coming up here.
So an hour of the game gone. And Little John kicks. They're coming quickly. Brett Stewart. Oh, Brown's made a mistake. Ken Manley have put the ball down. And it looks like Horrow. It is Horrow who has scored for Manly.
Oh, it's a big play, all right. And it could be a match turner to some degree here. Unfortunately, Mitch Brown juggled the football, and Justin Horrow in exactly the right place. A nice little kick from Little John on the Harvey Norman replay, and good thing for Manly is it's right next to the post. It will be converted.
After a long, hard day, nothing beats a long, cold brewery fresh Carlton Draft.
Pour it long, pour it cold, pour it Carlton, pour it gold. The real taste of real draft beer. Pour it long, pour it cold, pour it Carlton.
Celebrate 150 years of Carlton Draft with our replica 1970s can.
As the try scorer, no doubts about it, Justin Horrow. We saw Krishnan Inu earlier in the night scoring a try. He's doing some sparkling things, and they've got something in common. Justin and Krishnan, they both played for Parramatta. And I take it they were both discarded. Andrew John sideline, conversion successful.
He made a hard job for himself here, Mitch Brown. He goes up for the ball. Watch his hands. He tries to catch an AFL style above his hands. And there's no need for that, because with the protection now of the fullback, once he leaves the ground, they're protected. Could have flown high and just caught the ball normally on his chest. He's got a little bit fancy there, Mitch Brown. You've got to think with 19 minutes to go, could be some torpedo bombs coming down on Mitch. His final stage of the game.
Well, I think that's the third time he's done it in the game, Andrew. I started out giving rap after rap, but he's put it down 3 times in similar fashion. Here's Foran with the ball, Peter.
And Des he hasn't liked what he's seen with the reshuffle he came up with. I think that was Damien Cook leaving the field. So I think Des wants Mike Landers back at dummy half.
Bureau plays the ball. Ballon sweeps it away. Little John gives it on. Simons is with it.
It's a tough game, isn't it? Young fella goes out there giving it his best shot.
Little John working a Z, if you like, or a cross with Jamie Lyon. Ballon sweeps it. Dunamis Louis is back out there, bouncing away. His pass goes to Matai. Yeah, it's a tough school, Gus.
It is. You know, the coach sees something he doesn't like. He's the boss. That's all there is to it.
Brown, he's comfortable in that situation. But it's the other, a high ball that Andrew's talking about that is the problem. The youngster back on the benches, young Cook. He was there for a fleeting moment. 16 plays 16. Thompson. Jackson.
Manly really trying to get up quick now and attack with their defence. Stick it back to the Bulldogs a little bit.
Graham. Matua is back. And coming over the top, Little John with Jamie Lyon. Inu dummy half. Graham. Almost to the halfway line. Held by Bureau. 16 all between Manly and Canterbury. As Tony Williams puts a kick down the ground. It bounces away for Brett Stewart to give to Peta Hiku. He is going to be taken by Laffey, but not before he got rid of the ball. And Brett Stewart comes away, comes to Michael Ennis. And Ennis has got him and puts him down. With the help of Dale Finucane. Ballon appealing to the ref for a penalty, but Starling is with the ball now. Hamish and Andy, don't forget them, they're back Tuesdays at 7:30. Their South American gap year. Crazy couple of guys. Crazy.
They do some weird stuff, don't they?
What?
What about eating the worms the other night?
That was ridiculous.
I couldn't watch.
Well, I'd hate to be insuring them.
Oh, they do some. What about the fireworks on their head? And
Has Ginju got them insured, do you know?
I think he just sends them out, says do your best.
My daughter's been waiting for months for them. Loves them.
She's a good judge, Hannah.
Justin Horro just having a little bit of a look at James Graham there and presenting an opportunity now for the Bulldogs. 45 out.
Oh, jeez.
He's bewildered. How did that happen?
Don't you just love it?
Now, Krishnan Inu has 2 career field goals. And if you're looking for someone from Manly, Jack Littlejohn is an exponent of some reputation. There may be another try or two in this, though.
Brown, forward. Timothy. Referee, assistant referee Dave Munro. Dunamis Louis, let him go. So he's done his homework. Dave. Now Ennis sweeps it on. Williams goes deeper. Inu's in. Got the ball away. This is Drury low, and that might be ruled off Manly. I'm waiting.
Knock on off Bulldogs.
Now it's a knock on against the Bulldogs. They've termed it a loose carry.
Yeah.
And I've got no problems with that. Let's put some more responsibility on the ball carrier.
I think that's a lost ball. It'd be very, very harsh to rule against Manly there. Michael Ennis doesn't agree. They're going to change
it. It might be a tackle, but he's gone in and played the ball. He's stolen out one-on-one off Manly. The Bulldogs free.
Gee, I hate that ruling.
Bulldogs free.
Well,
I hate that ruling.
Really goes back to the Sam Thaiday try that was disallowed in Origin 2.
We can check these.
They detected a loose carry.
That comes out because he's attempting to make a tackle.
It has.
That's a bad...
Every coach in the game, it tells you to attack the football.
Yeah, look, it may look deliberate, but that's in slow motion. You know, he's grabbing to tackle the man, grapple the man. And...
Bad.
Anyway.
Good for a Bulldog.
They're really now with a golden opportunity, Canterbury. And Ennis has got Williams coming around and getting the ball to Matua. So Manly's online defence, it's normally solid. Here's a test for it. Graham.
I don't know if you noticed it, Tony, but if you'd have thrown the long pass to his winger, Drury Lowe, he was in acres of space.
Short into Fanuka. Setting up something for the future. Here it is, the long ball. Away to Jackson. Jackson goes long himself, away to Laffey. And Laffey dances back into the Manly defence. They herd him in, or they corral him in. Last tackle, Williams, the kick. It's going out towards Lowe. It's come down off the back to Inu. A flick out the back to Drury Lowe. Gave the ball to Mitch Brown. Brown then is taken by Manly. Throws the pass on his way down. Ennis gets it back. It's gone to Fanuka. He puts a kick in. It'll go dead. Well done, Manly. They hunted and they won.
That was lovely play, wasn't it? He's freakish, Chris Nanino. Absolutely freakish. Don't you think the two coaches are involved with this tonight? Jeff Tuvey, Des Hasler, former teammates, former coaching buddies. And they're living every moment of this. Looking at the clock, looking at the scoreboard.
They did together, of course, in the grand final together. 96, I think it was. Jeff, this man on camera, won the Churchill medal. Louis, who got the opening try of this game tonight, goes back to Foran, and then he goes really deep back to Brendan Lawrence, and we know he's got pace. No reason why you wouldn't have him back in a deep position. In fact, it was Littlejohn. Well done, Rabs. Now it's gone on to Starling. 22 metres out from the line. Ballon, here it is. Here it goes. No, Foran's gone for a drop punt. Back down towards in the corner, Drury Lowe.
Yeah, I think your first impression was right, Ray. I think if he had time, he was going to look for the 1 point. Saw that the defence was coming up, so he had to turn his body on the outside to get a kick away, and wasn't a good one. No chases. So the 1 point is in mind.
This is Jackson. Sweeping it back to Matua on the short side. Western side. Taken by Lyon. Ennis again, ducking, bobbing and weaving, and then squash by Simon. Mitch Brown finds himself a dummy half. Goes back to Jackson, who clears with a kick that bounces between fullback and wing. And it's with Gutherson, 19-year-old. Got a try earlier on in the first half. Direction in the second half at the 44th minute. Matai, halfway line on your screen, very much. Horror, another of our try scorers. So what have we had? We've had 3 apiece for the Dogs, Graham, Inu, Thompson. For the Eagles, Louis, Gutherson and Horror. And the scoreboard, likewise, equal. 16 plays 16. And time is on the wing, on the wane.
Shoulder tap.
It is with Foran now, and they're putting numbers in. So here we go with the last. Littlejohn is away outside Tom Simons, but they go for a short side play, and Jamie Lyon puts a little kick in, but it bounces well for Mitch Brown, and Petahiku makes the tackle on the 10. Penalty goes Canterbury. It's against Hiku. James Graham blowing up, being replaced. He can't believe it. What are you doing taking me off?
Well, James Graham's had 26 tackles, 18 hit-ups. Nearly double the hit-ups of most other players in the team, other than Fanuka.
That's another thing to love about him. He wants to be out there to win this game for his team.
Well, he must think he can kick a field goal.
Who, the replacement?
He can do everything else. No, James Graham, he might have been sizing himself up for a drop goal. Can you tip a winner from here, Rabbits?
No. So the 16 is out there for Canterbury. That's Lloyd Perrott. Playing the ball in the middle of the ground. Ennis back to Fanuka. Bureau's there with Simons and Ballon.
We've got Jaden Hodges coming to the sideline as well. It's Justin Hodges' cousin.
Came through at Cairns Kangaroos.
He's a live wire too.
Is he?
Oh yeah.
Michael goes for it. He's put the ball back to Krishnan Inu. Inu looking at it, but it's just wide. Just wide, but he gave him plenty of time, plenty of space.
Geez, he kicked this one a long way too. He really gave it a thump. That went way out over the dead ball line. I reckon he's only kicked that one 60 metres as well. Matt Ballon gets a rest. You don't see that very often.
Starling.
He might be looking for something sharp out of dummy half here, the Manly coach. And this little fella could be the one to do it.
Exactly the same as one down there.
Penalty goes to Manly.
Exactly the same as that one down there.
Jeff Tooby celebrates. Penalty count now 6-5 in favour of the Sea Eagles.
And if they are thinking field goal, they are well and truly in range at the end of this set of 6, or halfway through.
Simons. Got 8 minutes to go. And Manly and Canterbury at 16 all. Hodges is the 19 playing the dummy half. This is Burer. Ballon off. Graham off for their teams respectively. Foran along the line. Porro turns in. Gutherson knows that he's close to the touchline. Brett Stewart knows the ball is too. Hodges is there to recover. And they're 28 metres out from the line. So Hodges on debut for Manly. Played a couple of games for the Cowboys. Playing it on the 20-metre line. Here is Foran trying to outwit Finucane. The ball floats to Hiku. And Hiku is going to be tackled 4 metres out on 5. So Jamie Lyon goes in to Foran, who puts a kick in. Oh, gee, there's a race for the ball.
He's running, I've got 30.
20 for the restart.
Look out.
Canterbury with Corey Thompson taking the quick tap. Keep in mind they've got 7 from here.
Yeah, and he's picked up 20 on his own there. That's great work from the winger.
This is Perrott, so they're on the second tackle. This is Cassiano.
Oh, easily in range now.
In fact, take one off that because the first is a 0. Here is Ennis appealing for a penalty. Thought he caught the markers not square. Cassiano has got them up to 15 metres. Now where's Inu?
Ennis.
Ennis is going to take it. Sets himself. Shoots for goal. Takes a look at it. Likes it. Jogs back. 1 point Canterbury. 17-16.
What a great set of 6. What a great set of 6. Just a power-hungry set of 6. Right from the time Corey Thompson got the ball dead in goal, he charged out. They worked it downfield. Ennis got them in position and extricated himself from dummy half to a first receiver role and nails it.
And Ray, I'm sure that we get the short restart here from Jamie Lyon. We get it back to Ennis. Matai does great jump. I'm sure the Dogs won 3 games in a row earlier in the season by 1 point.
They did indeed, Peter, as it comes away. Horro to Lawrence, and Lawrence now is 28 out. Will they think about it early? Hodges back for Little John, back to Brett Stewart, and he tries to get rid of Williams. He does. He's got a ball away to Hiku, who turns it back in. It's gone from Jamie Lyon. This is Burer with the ball, and he's taken by Williams, and Graham is back out there. Now it's gone to Little John. He's up to the 10. He steps and dummies, and he's taken 5 metres out from the line. Hodges, a dummy half. Killing a tackle, really. This is the last. Back for Brett Stewart. He goes for 1. It's charged down by Cassiano. And 6 more tackles now for Manly. So there's the disadvantage of going for charge downs. But what do you do in that circumstance? Played by Simon. Hodges to Lawrence. Queenslander to Queenslander. And Lawrence will play the ball. That close to the line. Hodges, Stewart, or Foran it was. Now it's gone away to Little John. Graham keeping him down as long as he can. Hodges long, foreign, decoy, Stewart. Oh, Maffei thought he had him, and then Maffei knocks on.
Great defence. Great defence by the Bulldogs. Neither the scoreboard nor the clock scared them there. They realised the Manly were coming after them and they raced up, backed themselves to get up in the face of the Manly playmakers. Lined out to the left, their dangerous side. And watch this, aggressive bang, up he goes. Aggressive bang, up they go, force the error. Got off their line, backed themselves. And that's the way they've played all night. They've been in the Manly face. Right from the opening whistle.
We're going to play Danny, Jared. Is it just cramp? You got the ball. Can you take him out the back a bit? You've got the ball, so we can play. Yeah. Come on, Bulldogs, let's go. Michael.
Still time.
Canterbury with a 1-point lead and 3 1/4 minutes to go.
Well, they should get one more chance, the Seagulls, but I think it would be long range. Bulldogs get through the end of this set. They try and kick for touch. Wind the clock down. They win the scrum. And Matua takes it forward.
15 out to midline on 1. Eastwood will play the ball. 26 out on 2.
They're tough meters, those.
Perrott, who played it on 3. Now Graham towards middle ground. That's the shortest period of time off the ground that you'll probably ever see for James Graham. As I said, he remonstrated, didn't he? Here's a kick down the ground from Krishnan Inu. Bouncing a little bit awkwardly for Brett Stewart. Now they put a ring around him, so Manly have got the ball back, but they're 95 metres away.
Another great set of 6 for the Bulldogs.
Hiku.
Excellent work from Krishnan Inu to take on that responsibility. Michael Ennis wasn't in a good position to kick the football. Inu took on himself to get down the short side. Here's Hodges out of dummy half.
25 out. His own line, but they've used 4, so they're not going to get a kick at goal. As Jamie Lyon puts a flick pass away, it mightn't be a case of having a kick at goal. It's still in play, and Hiku.
Flags up, Ray.
The flag's gone up. The flag of the touch judge has gone up. Well, that's a big call.
Off the kick, brother.
It certainly was. I didn't understand why Hiku didn't pass in field. Maybe he felt his support runner was covered. He took the odds to a chip kick, and somewhere here the linesman has ruled he has put a foot on the line. He chip kicks, or the ball has landed on the line.
Yeah, it's got a touch.
I think that Hiku thought the man on the inside, there was a danger he might throw a forward pass. I don't think the man on his inside, and I think it was Kieran Foran, helped his winger there. He got up really flat with him.
Well, it's got to be out on the full. He should have waved it back, actually, technically.
Who's playing the ball? Lloyd, you playing it, mate?
Andrew, it all happened right in front of you.
Yeah, the reason why Peter Hiku couldn't pass the ball inside, James Graham sprinted in cover. Look at James Graham there. He actually cut the ball off. You can see Kieran Foran maybe overran, but you got to say James Graham, the effort there to put the pressure on Kieran Foran. Maybe saved the try. Great effort from the Englishman.
So, scenes of demonstration from the coaching box. That ball cruising on replay to support the touch judge. It landed on its point, just on the line. It took a portion of the line, and that's out on the full. I'm not quite sure where he restarted the game from. Did he take it back to where it was kicked?
I don't think he did. I think he just ruled it there, but it doesn't matter. The Bulldogs now have got to get this 5th tackle option right. They've got to keep Manly as far away from their end of the field as possible. And they're now less than a minute away from a great victory.
Perrott with the ball. It's a mammoth victory for them, really. Or Williams' kick has come off. A Manly player picked up by Tim Brown. Given to Michael Ennis, and Michael Ennis goes in for a captain's try. Well, this is quite incredible. The kick from Williams, it was, came off the shins of a player who played at the ball.
He's played the ball, he's outside 10.
Back to Tim Brown. Picked it up like a seagull and gave it to his captain. And a try has been given by the ref.
Manly are blowing up.
The first kick.
They believe...
Check the inside chaser and the offside.
It hasn't been awarded as yet. They believe the final pass was forward. But the pickup from Tim Brown is quite remarkable. That there, down on his bootlaces.
So they're all in front of the kicker there, but they're outside 10 metres from the man who touches the ball. So Brown can pick this up at 6 again. The forward pass they can't rule on. Probably floated forward a little, but it's a mute point now. He's onside. It's a marvellous pickup.
What about Tim Brown when he picks it up? He does. I saw Neville Glover on Wednesday night. He might have seen him as well. Because when he picks it up, he gets the big goose step going in a moment. Here he goes. There he goes. Only for 2 strides.
The pass went 1.5 metres forward.
I think you're right about the pass going forward, but that's totally out of the control of the referees, and the video referee can't touch it. So it's going to be a try, and is. So Canterbury celebrate what has been a tooth and nail struggle, and Michael Ennis has been absolutely superb. Michael Ennis has been wonderful tonight. Finishes with, look at Tim Brown. We'll do it again next week, Captain, he said. The Dogs of War. No club seems to know how to do it better than they do. Kristen Inu will kick this goal to convert. This is all purely academic. Maybe of interest to some punters out there, I'm not sure. But Kristen Inu will put this up into almost a vacant northern grandstand. Just which row is going to kick it in? Oh, come on, Kristen, you're kidding. Don't let me down when I build it up like that. So anyway, there's the final score. The Dogs have won 23-16. It was push and shove, it was grind, it was nip and tuck. And the Dogs, who led with their forwards, they backed up with their forwards, more big men up in their face, and they've bluffed their way to a superb victory. Bludgeoned their way to a superb victory. It mightn't have been attractive, but 23-16 is enormous. There's the coach. There's the coach. Come on, give us a smile, for God's sake. Still to come. We'll speak to some of tonight's best and reveal the VB man of the match. Who's that going to be? Coming up next on your Origin channel, Channel 9.